Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1626. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'd be much appreciated and direly needed. So, yeah. Right, the weather today, totally beautiful again. One little fluffy cloud over there. And the rest is pretty much all blue. One very tiny fluffy cloud there. It's less windy, so it feels a lot warmer. It's been really hot in here. And I'm like, yeah, because of the sun. And I mean, after 2 o'clock Amsterdam time, it's gonna be much better because then the sun's not hitting the wall anymore. It's pretty damn hot. Right. Beautiful weather. But hot. So yeah, I just thought I'm just gonna wear a white shirt. I was always wearing a white shirt, of course. Underneath, I just thought like, nah, I'm just gonna do one. It's good to stare at some white because I need it. Right. Anyway, it is Friday, the 9th of June, 2023. What? $27 degrees, right? Whew. It's gonna be hot like that for the next, yeah, for the entire weekend pretty much, including Monday. Right. Better make sure to have water available and drinks. But yeah, I am going to basically hold off on the Gusto Energy drink for a while. Because I did have like a big issue starting 2 days ago. I called my healer, or rather my healer called me back finally. And yeah, it was pretty bad. So that was kind of a shocker. Right. So apparently, something I didn't know, and that is that if you are literally 0%, like spirit, soul, ethereal, body, like if one of them is at 0, apparently you can't put yourself back anymore. I didn't know that. Now if it's just tiny bit, it still works, but if you're at 0 because you've like really been knocked out, you need outside help apparently. So you can basically restore it, but if it's completely cut off, then you can't. I didn't know that. because I thought that I was doing fine, but I wasn't technically not. And really, I mean, it's been pretty weird last 2 days overall. Some of you guys might have felt like you've lost me or something in ways. Or like I've lost it. Because that was technically what was happening. All the like irrational levels of anger that suddenly come out of nowhere. Like that isn't normal. Anyway, alright. But yeah, I'm doing better today. Got a bit of a salad bowl here also. Yeah, I figured I accidentally got the wrong tea apparently. So this is like a yerba mate lemon tea. It's very different from mint tea. Yeah. I mean, I can't return it, so I just might as well drink it. It's a bit weird though. It's very different from lemon tea. Or from green tea. Tastes a bit lemony with like this herbal side taste. It's weird, but I mean, I'm just doing it. Let's see what happens. It might be good. It does contain caffeine. That's not good. Shit. Alright, I guess, yeah. Either it's no more tea or I have to get new one, and I'm on a really, really tight budget. Right. Anyway. So yeah, yesterday I didn't join the Flat Earth debates. And, I mean, I listened in every now and then, and it wasn't, like, super riveting anyway. To me. I kind of, like, relaxed, took the time. Just for other stuff and enjoying my day. So yeah, restoring here and trying to figure out what I can do to, I don't know, restore the energy, and then hopefully support will also just arrive. I don't know. Because I'm really desperate for that right now. Oh yeah, I had a call with a friend in Nijmegen yesterday also. Yeah, there's a fly flying around here. This is was a good conversation. I mean, she's like so understanding about this kind of thing. So I had a good talk with her, and she also like has plenty to share from her side. So that was nice. It was kind of funny because I asked her like, hey, if I at some point for some reason get money enough to like get clothes, could you be my shopping companion? And she was really enthusiastic for that. So that was pretty cool. Got something to look forward to in the future. Because, I mean, it is going to eventually happen. Also, I got a bit of contact back from the GTI. I mean, that was quicker than I thought. I had a follow-up question because I'm basically asking, like, how do I connect wallet from the internal system to an outside wallet? And maybe it'll work. Maybe. Yeah. I got a suspicion that I have to I don't know. I really don't. Maybe there is no solution, but hey, if there isn't, they'll tell me, and then there should definitely at some point be a solution there. Because if there is no solution, that means then nobody probably has a solution. They're all just waiting. So it's then in a broken setting. So I think it'll be fine. And most of the flame of that basically subsided. I mean, that's what really triggered a lot of stuff with me. It was just like you're starving for a long time, and suddenly the most delicious looking meal that smells fantastic gets held right in front of your face, but you can't get it. That's kind of what it was. It was extremely aggravating to me, just facing that. Because most of the time, I just try to not think about it. About issues, financial related, because it stresses me out. And there's really kind of little that I can do, except if I completely rearrange my life and drop doing this and try to somehow get a working career going again. And the complete transformation is the only thing that can really help anything, or growing this and making it work again, because it has worked. The show has worked. I mean, the show has been going for, what is it, 5 years now? I could definitely say that 3 out of those 5 years, it's been kind of successful. But spread out. But financially, it's not even about whether the show was interesting or not, or whether I performed good. It's just that whether I actually got finances with it in order for me to be able to get around and not build even more debt. And that worked kind of for 3 years. Even during the COVID era, it worked. Might also be because I think that a lot of people might have just had special money bonuses, and they might have given me some of that. I'm not sure. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. Wow. Okay. So, is anybody going to show up in the chat today or what? I mean, 15 minutes in? I mean, I'm not gonna get angry. I mean, I'll just freaking talk non-stop with 0 people showing up in the chat. So I'll just keep going. But I mean, it is pretty bizarre. You know? Starting exactly on time. Whatever. Anyway, the salad is certainly very useful. Also, I took a shower before the show. Was really needed with all this heat. And that helped. Caught like last part of Owen Benjamin's stream from yesterday also. He's like starting really early now. It's like I have to pay attention to like check in time. Not because he had been streaming like later for a while. It was kind of annoying to me, really, because it was inconveniently late. But now he's like turned that back again, apparently. All this switching around. Right, but it was a great stream. From what I've caught. Right. Well, right about now I start asking like, hey, how was your day? What have you been doing? Anything out there that I missed? But yeah, it's not really happening since literally nobody's showing up on my chat. But that's fine. It's a hot day and people probably aren't getting notifications. Ah! Finally. Hey, Richard G, first in chat. Good to see you. Just a question. You probably didn't get the notification, I take it? Quiet day? Could be. It is Friday. I mean, weird day to have a quiet day, but then again, it is summer. How's the weather over there, Richard G? You got it hot too? It's like really hot here. Got it a minute ago? Okay. Did I resolve things with it? No. Got no communication. I don't have interest right now. There's nothing to resolve. No communication. No Skype PvP message. No comment. Nothing. So, hey. If they don't need me at all, then they don't need me. Right? I'll just do what I do. I'll talk about all the things that I can barely bring up there anyway. Because I always get reprimanded for bringing it out. Like how the realm is probably Luca. And how celestials are holographic in nature. And not just... Okay. Internet. Again, just like yesterday. How cute. Whatever. Stream's still going. Right, so I can talk about other concepts, or I could just start talking about aliens. Everybody's talking about aliens, so why not talk about aliens? Oh. Well, I already did that yesterday, so. Hey, Oz, good to see you, and yeah, Borders Boy, also. Oh, truth over comfort. Ha. Yeah, good to have you guys here. Right, yeah, so guys, whatever you wanted me to talk about, let me know. What? Dr. Zhivago? Never heard of it. A classic. Well, I've never heard of it. Hours long? Okay. Oh, 65? Jesus, that's long ago. War movie? World War One? Okay. Yeah, no, never heard of it. Do we think that movie Titanic is overrated? Yeah, enormously. But I mean, I don't want to get into that movie. I mean, it's just high-rated movie and it's full programming and like I don't like the movie. What? Why are you retracting that? Yeah, whatever, man. I'm not gonna get agitated anymore if people are gonna act weird in my chat, except if they're obvious trolls. I don't know what's going on with that, but every time I just get agitated, it seems to just happen more and more. Maybe if I just stop getting agitated about it, it'll go away. Titanic and the Twins. Yes. Oh yeah, Richard. No, I know about the movie was lame, but there's a whole weird conspiracy about Titanic. That's right, that it had a twin boat and it was like an insurance scam. Yep. Very, very sneaky. But yeah, I mean, it is harder to even, like, can you imagine the insurance company, like, to prove that it isn't the Titanic, they would have to go to the sunken ship at the ocean bottom in the middle of all that ice and then get proof that it isn't the Titanic. I mean, they probably just were like, yeah, whatever, you win this time. If they even had any kind of clue, but usually they have to check, right? Insurance companies. But I mean, it was still like quite the swindle though, of gigantic proportions, literally. I mean, to just swap out a boat like that. And it probably like painted over the name, etc., that kind of thing. Hey, Amanda Young, good to see you. How are you doing? Are you having good weather over there in the United States? Because it's very hot over here. Unsinkable ship that sunk on their maiden voyage. Yeah, well, in a way, it's very reminiscent of the whatever you want to think about it, of the Twin Towers, right? Did you know that the Twin Towers were literally insured for billions, specifically for the scenario against the scenario of being hit by an airplane and and falling down. Like, while that's never happened, it was like an irrational insurance that was really high. And then it happened. It's the first and the last time that's ever going to happen in the entire world, because steel frame buildings don't fall because of airplanes hitting them. That never happens. Like, steel frame buildings usually still stand even after they're completely burned out. Like, everything burned. And then they still don't fall. Okay? That's what normally happens. So yeah, it was insured against something that's completely impossible. And then it happened. It's very, very similar to the Titanic. Although more egregious, because yeah, the Titanic, it's like, what are the odds in the maiden voyage? But I mean, it is still technically, logically possible that it can hit an iceberg and then sink. That was never out of the question. Well, it was definitely out of the question that a giant steel frame building would collapse in on itself because of fires due to an airplane hit. That was never possible. It isn't. Whatever they say. Although the insurance companies must have felt like there's something weird about this. Why the hell would you insure your building for something like that at that high a cost? They must have known, like, oh, they're gonna pull something freaky. They must have known, the insurers. They must have felt it. I'm not saying that they are involved somehow. I mean, they literally had to pay the money for it. But they must have suspected something. Why the hell would you insure your buildings for something like that? Like, nobody ever does that. Because it's completely impossible for something like that to actually happen naturally. Many powerful people died on the Titanic. Yeah. A whole bunch of people probably got like special invitations for it. Just so they could get rid of him. And some might have by accident, like, gotten on board and gotten rid of when that wasn't really intended. But I'm pretty sure there would have been people sent there to die. Hello, by the way, Cleary, good to see you. How does Canadian wildfire smoke get all the way down near? It doesn't. There's no way. Not so wildfires? No. A wildfire is not whether it happens naturally, it's that it happens in the wild. George. I think. Yeah. Wind? No. Now, wind doesn't blow smoke like 1,000 miles away. Okay? The smoke will definitely dissipate in between that distance. We have sand from the... Yeah, but that's sand. Sand doesn't dissipate. It can get carried. Smoke dissipates. It reacts. The carbon within it, that is the visible aspect, it eventually like dwindles. It spreads out. It can't go that distance. So I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever smoke you're seeing at Florida, that's not going to be from Canada. I mean, there might be other wildfires or whatever in the United States as well, so... Unless there's like this particular wind stream that's just exactly, you know, it's not exactly, yeah, I know, logical conclusion. What the fuck? I mean, is it that enormous? Is like a quarter of the United States completely smoke covered? Is that the case? Because if you're saying frickin' Florida has smoke from Canada, well, that means that a quarter of the entire east coast of the United States should be completely covered with smoke. Okay, is that the case? Is New York completely covered with smoke? Because it would be, or maybe it's a little bit too much to the east. I don't know. Like, what are you talking about? Is a quarter of the United States now currently smoke covered? Because if you're seeing smoke from Canada in Florida, then it would be that half or a quarter of the United States should be smoke covered. Is that the case? It is completely covered. Really? I gotta see that. What the? Whoa. Oh, damn, you weren't exaggerating. It is, apparently, I think. Unless, wait, no, this is... I need like a current... A map would probably be better. No, it isn't. Does anybody have like a good smoke map situation? I can't find it. Oh wait. Fire and smoke map. Is this it? So, is it gonna do anything? What the? Oh. Dude! That's not fucking helpful. Okay. Jesus. Okay, that's pretty freaking serious, man. I think I'll share that. Okay. So I guess that it is, then. And look at that, man. That's crazy. Like, that's a lot of smoke. Okay. So I guess that that means that you got less heat then also. I mean, if it's smoke, you're gonna have less sun coming through. Yeah, I'll give you the link. You can take a look at yourself. Save the planet from carbon. Yeah. Very funny, Clary. No, but I mean, I think that it could be sabotage. And like, this is terribly disruptive. Man, like, and the entirety of Canada is pretty much covered by this smoke too. Like, all of it. Except maybe the most western part. Man. Man, it's like really bad at the West Coast. Does LSG? I think LSG. Yeah, it's in Newfoundland. He also has probably smoke sighting. What about Idaho? Where's Idaho? Terrible. Can never find shit. Oh, right, all the way over there. Yeah, oh right, Idaho's. Well, I didn't know it was that much to the west. Right, so it's pretty much staying clear of that smoke. So Win is lucky. Wonder how they started? Well, they all started exactly simultaneously, Flatter Sage. All exactly at the same time, so whatever did that, like that's not like a coincidental natural situation. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't even know like what the entire fire situation is. Are they even like doing anything about it? Like normally wouldn't these operations be like just get all the firefighters from the continent like together to get it fixed or something? Because this is like burdening the entire continent. This is crazy. I mean, eventually, even Mexico is going to get issues from that smoke. So, US sent help, yeah, right. But anyway, so they're still tackling with it. Hopefully, they'll get it under control soon. Could geoengineer rain to put it out? Not necessarily, Cleary. I mean, the conditions would still have to be right. And when it's that smoky, like, what are they gonna do to weather modify, right? Weather modification often entails either pumping giant amounts of water in the air or leaving particles that will then like become the ground for rainfall formation, right? Well, there's smoke everywhere, so what are they going to do then? You know, like the only thing you can really do is just try to put it out. Water, right? Water vapor also would that do, and then yeah, I mean, it's not just suddenly gonna rain unless you turn on like a giant water pumping facility, or like like a rocket engine test, right? Hydrogen, which run on hydrogen. I mean, that literally creates gigantic amounts of clouds of water at ground level. Well, if you had some of those devices, yeah, you could turn that on. That might do something, right? Suddenly, water just big clouds. That might have some influence. I don't know, but yeah, if you don't have those facilities, and why would you, other than that for that one specific task? So Brett has arrested arsonists. Good. Were they environmentalist communists? Were they environmentalist fanatics? Were they like Extinction Rebellion or something? George? Because yeah, they do that. Those people are eco-terrorists, and they should be absolutely treated harshly as terrorists. I mean, think about it. Think about how much damage they do with their shit. You want to stop that crap from happening, like every year? Yeah. Then catch those people and then send them to Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, like terrorists, which they are. Right? You want it to stop, or you want it to spread? You want more people that get the idea. Oh, hey, we can just do that. We can just fuck everything up, burn it for climate change. Because if you're literally just not gonna do anything to stop those people, like by actually treating them like terrorists, well, guess what? It's gonna more coming, more end of days. Let's destroy everything for the earth. Cult fanatics. You're gonna have more of them. Right? And I mean, I fucking hate them. I mean, I cannot think of a more atrocious thing than people that say they are for nature, but they literally destroy nature to make their point. So they're the devil. They're literally the thing that they are alarming for. Total satanic. Total. They should be treated like terrorists. Send them to big facility like Guantanamo Bay. Let them feel the damage, what they're doing. Let other people know, like, hey, oh, you want to do that? Oh, well, this is what's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm not talking about I'm talking about a group of people that literally write down their manifestos of how they are doing that for the earth, how they're literally destroying nature for the earth or to get rid of us or whatever. Those people are terrorists. Could it be the result of testing energy weapons? Well, that's what I thought because of the simultaneity of the fire suddenly all over Canada, all lighting up at the same time. But if there's literally people getting caught claiming that they have been part of setting that fire, well, like, what does it matter? You got perpetrators. After you. Hey, Ben Reeves, why don't you stop heckling my chat? Huh? I don't even know who you are, and you come in and just start whining to George Sanford for his sources. Yeah, I don't need his sources. I'm saying it. I'm not basing my story of eco-terrorist on his sources. I've already seen that shit. This is not the first time it would have happened. Okay, it happened previous years, previous decade, on a regular basis. And then afterward, it was eco-terrorists. It was people that would literally admit that they've done that for those reasons. Yeah, Ben Reeves. Yeah, it is whining. You're coming in here to nag to a chat. You're not here to participate in the conversation. Say, hello, hey, oh, you're talking about this? Cool. No, you're entering, whining to another person in my chat. Yeah? There's a description in the live chat rules about that. Yeah? You're trying to fact check. Oh, Jesus Christ. Get a grip on yourself, dude. Nothing in the rules about asking. Yeah, no, but there is something in the rules about subtly coming in and heckling people in my chat. Yeah? You want to be part of the show or you just want to nag him? Which one is it? Yeah, you have any contributing information you would like to share? You want to be part of the conversation or are you just here to nag George Sanford, Ben Reeves? Which one is it? You're here to partake in a conversation. And what's your issue? What's being talked about? Well, we were talking about Ben Reeves. If you paid attention to me and not what just George Sanford said. Talking about a giant smoke cloud that's happened because of this simultaneous fires that happen in Canada. And we have a suspicion that that's caused by man because fires don't simultaneously over vast different locations all at once light up. That's not what happens in nature. That only happens through man-made intervention. Yeah. And in the past decade, there's been all places all over North America where people literally set the fires on record. Yeah. And so we're comparing that. And we have a suspicion that that's the case again here. So what is the issue now? You told you it was covering New York. Yeah, because I asked. So yeah, if you want to search for something, then search it. Right? You can't just expect somebody else in the chat to give you all the links and everything for everything you need to know. I mean, I'm the show host and I can't even expect that at times. Though it would be very preferable if people would, but it just doesn't, it's not there. So what's the issue? Somebody has info, why can't they share sources? Well, maybe because they heard it through word of mouth. They don't have sources readily available. That could be it. I mean, I hear things sometimes and then I can't really find it. And sometimes that it turns out not to be true, though, because of that. But, I mean, yeah, fact checking. So, George Sanford has no sources there, apparently. Or that rump, whatever you're saying. Whatever, I'll just leave you guys bicker then, I guess. George Sanford's just gonna go with it. Right? Not any caught any arsonists. Right. Yeah, well, Flatter Sage, it might have been, yeah. I mean, literally, the government might have did it. They might have used it, energy weapons to do it, to light it up simultaneously. Really. And then, yeah, if Dave did it, then they're not gonna get caught. Or they might get caught way later on after, like, the whole government falls. If ever. Finally, the sun stopped hitting the wall. Let's freshen it up. Right, so whatever. It's happening. There's a big fire there. Apparently, half the United States is covered in smoke. It was weird. It's something that we can all be distracted about again. Well, the New World Order is literally trying to take over all the governments completely and turn them into giant fascist, technocratic, environmentalist, medical tyrannies. Right? I mean, tyranny is being too distracted by things literally destroying you to do anything about what's controlling it. That's tyranny. It's starting to feel like it, doesn't it? You're just too distracted by shit that's continually happening to do anything about it. So they can do some nefarious shit. Yeah, and like steal children, right? Disaster area, war-torn area. Oh, the whole shit blew up. Well, yeah, you get child grabblers. They move in and they start rounding up leftover children. And then they disappear. And it's like, oh no, they were just lost in the war. No, no, no. They weren't lost. They're stuck in a cage somewhere now. That's what happens. That's also what they do when this sort of shit happens, right? I mean, if some people with houses live in those forests that are going lit afire, well, if you now like kill them, kidnap them, whatever, and it all burns down, then afterward it's like, oh yeah, they got killed, they got caught in it. Unfortunately, they couldn't get away. They choked in the smoke, whatever. And then it's like, yeah, they just got free stolen people, children mostly. Yeah. And that's why it's really, really great that during disasters, you have proficient, you have sufficient weaponry, you have like serious weaponry, you have like a shotgun or something, or a good rifle, like because of those fucked up people. So if you see just people you don't know, like, I don't know, carrying or having like a row of children behind them, dude, bad news. Although they probably just put them in bags and throw them in the back of a car or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Or I don't want to know. I don't want to get into it. It just, that's the fucked up thing that happens apparently. And it's a plague. I mean, it's the amount of apparently like child sex trafficking, smuggling shit, and stealing it from war torn and disaster areas is apparently at record levels, higher than it's ever been recorded in human history. It's one of the biggest growing criminal business ventures that apparently exists currently. It's that bad. It's like they're literally almost Alex Jones panic style. They're literally coming for it all. They are snatching everything. I told you guys, I mean, it's just gonna keep going until it's all done and people literally surrender to die, all of them, or kill themselves. Or it's like, hey, maybe we should fucking do something about it and literally start, well, a war on them. Like, oh, those people. Oh, hey, oh, yeah. Oh, finish them off. Bang. And move on. Oh, another group. Oh, there they are. Oh, finish them off. Bang. Done. Or you could just let it all go to hell. Whatever you want. You know? You got a choice. Right? Either you finish off the blatant, obvious, satanic, anti-human freaks and their cult and all their money infusion from satanic bankers, or you all just die. Yeah? Myself included. I'm just waiting for the right moment where everybody's done and like, okay, and there's gonna be moves, and then I'll probably join them. Because, yeah, climate, cultism, medical cultism, all of that shit. Like, it's all satanic. It's all gonna get worse to the point where it's gonna kill everybody. And not just them, you see? Oh no, they want everybody dead, but they want they want the people that refuse to kill themselves dead first, you see? And then afterward they might do it. They don't seem to be hiding anymore. You're right. So let's do something about it then, huh? What the fuck are you talking about, Ben Reeves? Children needing good homes. Well, hey, if things go well, then people will be adopting out there. So I don't know what you're talking about. They rot there. Oh, okay. Well, Ben Reeves. Yeah, sure. Well, if that happens, then child sex trafficking, smuggling, and reaping them from war-torn and disaster area. Oh, that's just fine then. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? What is this? Foster system? No, I wasn't talking about the fucking foster system, you idiot! I'm not talking about that. Apparently, you don't hear a difference between child smuggling, sex smuggling operations, and a foster system. Apparently, you think that's the same thing. You think we're talking about the same thing? No, it's not what I was talking about. Yeah, foster system is the foster system. Yeah, that's all registered. That's like people know they're there. Kids are registered to be there. Yeah. That's not what I was talking about. Oh, he was talking. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, no, I think Baton Reeves just needs to fuck off. You're a wanker. You've done nothing but whine and bicker about things that other people in my chat have said. It's time for you to fuck off. Hello, JTF 2023. Unless you guys want to bicker with him, but I mean, there's nothing good gonna come out of it. I never even wanted to bring it up anyway. I mean, this is the type of thing that does make me really fucking miserable. Like bringing up that kind of thing, learning about that, being reminded like, oh yeah, in war and disaster areas, there's literal child smugglers that just go harvesting children, and they even call it that. It's like super fucked up. And that's the moment where you wish there's people with shotguns around, basically waiting for those types of people to blow their fucking heads off. Now, wouldn't that be something? Barely nudie. Yeah. And I agree also, we were having a nice chill stream. That's right. that? Oh, by the way, there seems to be plenty of fires all over the place. It's not just Canada. But I don't know, there might be just like reports of smoke. I'm still looking at that fire and smoke map. There do seem to be fires like everywhere, but or a lot of places, but not all of it leaves big smoke. Special place in Alberta once, yeah, a lot. Okay. Well, JTF. They parked. Well, they apparently didn't want to be seen coming. That's what I would say. If they're gonna park, like not exactly where they're gonna go, then they don't want to be seen coming. Maybe. I don't know what's going on. Right. What have I been up to? I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy the summer, but my finances are not great. I mean, I still have some money, but I'm literally like holding on to it because it's like there's nothing. There's not. This last thing I have left. It's like I feel I need it for an emergency, like if I really like die or something. Nah, not really. It's yeah, but I mean, I am going to be having smoking withdrawal. I kind of already am, I think. I still have some tobacco, but because of like giant amounts of leftovers that I keep around because of this. Because I do get in moments where I'm like, yeah, now I can't pay that shit. So I have some leftover so I don't have to like, you know, get like tobacco withdrawal because that really sucks. Right, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. What are we talking about? I'm not gonna put child smuggling in the title though, that's just... I didn't even want to bring it up, it's just that... I thought it was relevant, potentially. I mean, it's like, why are they creating the disaster? Well, for that sort of shit. I mean, that's what I think. It's just to ruin us and to create, to give criminals more opportunities. All right. So, where? What? Where? Oh, right. Yeah. You're right. Oops. Thank you. Right, so guys, I got another 35 minutes or so. What do you want to bring up? I mean, I've said pretty much what I can say about the whole wildfire thing, and I mean, it's happening. I hope you guys get it under control quick enough. I mean, that shit, by the way, like never happens here. Like, there's never any freaking smoke clouds, and I mean never. I mean, sometimes there's like some kind of factory or something that like burns. Happened a while ago, but that's like in the Netherlands, and then even there's a big smoke cloud coming out of it, but it just doesn't get up, just doesn't get to here. So I think on average it tends to happen more in the North American continent than here in Europe. Also because there's like way bigger natural forest areas. That's right. Yeah, exactly, George Sanford. Looking forward to fake alien invasion? No. Dude, it's so weird. I had like a real huge chunk of my Dark World visions about that shit. Like, huge chunk. It's just that even in the freaking Dark World visions, I was quite sure that it's all fake. and they're gonna turn out to be SJW freaks. Whatever supposed aliens that might actually come on the scene and suddenly be, oh, there's actual aliens. No. I don't think... let's just say I never saw a clearly non-human in any of the Dark Oak visions that related to, well, my life and dealing with people in the real physical world. Never. And there's some weird things out there, but they were not part of, like, this in the future. So I don't think it's ever going to be beyond rumors about some non-human creatures. I don't think it's ever going to get there. But they can absolutely drown us in stories and distractions, though, about it. Even do stunts. They'll just turn the world into a giant theme park without people knowing it. Messed up thing. Yeah, right. Exactly. But like even those alien type creatures, like they might not even last. Like it might be that they have to like breed those things and that they get to live like 3 days and that they then just fall dead. I mean, if it's a completely alien design, human-made design, like very far remote from the original design, freaky construct, man-made construct, it's very it would have been a miracle to make it live anyhow. For it to live is like already kind of bizarre that would happen, if that would happen. But it would be likely that they might roll out like this alien creature, it does something and then it goes away after 3 days, or maybe even after 1 day, or maybe after an hour. Maybe those things like literally come out of their vat, pre-programmed, and they die after an hour. I'm not joking. That could be, they might not be able to actually live. But they might be a pre-programmed construct that can perform according to their programming, and then they just die. You don't know. But if there's ever going to be any kind of physical alien type being, they're going to be man-made, and they're probably not going to be very survivable. They're not going to survive. And they're definitely not going to procreate. Right, and the fallen angels clutch, I mean, the fallen angels, they aren't physical beings. Sometimes I wonder if they ever were. I doubt it. I think that they are spiritual entities on the other side, in that dream world that we can share, and that's where they are, and that's the only place they are. And they want this world, and the only way they can do it is by possessing people from this world who would allow them to be possessed by them. I think that's the only thing they can do. The only thing, and I think that is effectively already been integrated in the whole beast system. The seductions, the corruptions, all these things, like that all plays into that. I think they're part of the beast system. I think the fallen angels on the spirit side, never having their own physical incarnation that's permanent, never. But they can possess people, steer them, do things, look throughout time, etc., whatever. but never more than that. And I think that they are a big part of engineering the beast system the way it works, and part of the reason why it's so persistent and tenacious, and why there are synchronicities happening on their side with it. What? Eight-foot-tall beings in Las Vegas. Yeah, I know. Costumes. It's freaking Las Vegas, man. I mean, there's like alien story shit in Las Vegas since Roswell. They love that shit. And they love tricking people with that shit too. It's just now it's like, oh, it's suddenly mainstream. Why is it suddenly mainstream? Well, because they need a big distraction. As they're literally taking shit over. So that people won't give it their full attention and push to stop it. To stop them. So I really believe that the whole alien thing is like a visceral distraction. Like, quickly dangle the alien keys in front of their face while we're still closing all the doors. That's what it's like. That's what it feels like. It's what it looks like. Non-human origin? Yeah, like, how the fuck would they know? What a bunch of bullshit. Non-human origin. How the fuck would you know, man? Really? It's like, oh, this can't have been made by humans. Let's back engineer it. Oh, we made it. But it's based originally on something that was definitely not human made, even though we just back engineered it and we are now humans making it. Oh, it can't be human made. It's all bullshit. All bullshit. There's no non-human made technology. That doesn't exist. All technology is human made. And you could say it was inspired by the fallen angels or whatever, but it's still humans that made it. Through, right? So it's all horse shit. There's no non-human made technology. Wondering if the UFOs are just holograms. Well, some of them might be. The lights in the sky. They might do things with that are holograms. Platter Sage. But per default, there's already, and this is always it always has been, okay. But there's, if you like look with infrared, or was it the ultraviolet type sight? But infrared is more common. Then you can see a lot of weird shit with a clear night sky. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like a lot of moving. It's like a fish pond full with tadpoles sometimes. Really. It looks like that. So there's a lot of things moving around. But is that man-made? Is that something? No, it's just another part of the celestial stuff that happens. There's moving LED lights there. You don't really get to see normally with your eyes. You only get to see the more stationary light. There's a lot of light going on up there. And including very moving around lights all the time. Like a giant traffic situation. All the time. With lights moving all over the place and taking corners and weird shit. Suddenly going around in an angle. Turning around. Like weird light movements. all over the place. And it's always been like that. So I think that's just part of the celestial skies, like just like the stars. It's the invisible moving angels, you could say. That's right. Exactly, Flatter Sage. Yeah, that's right. That military grade night vision, that's where you get to see that shit. And it is weird. I think I looked one of those things once. And yeah, it's really weird. And really like, what is that? What is that? Because it just looks like UFOs or like tadpoles, like little pond creatures that are moving around. That's kind of what it reminds me of. If you look at it, the movement mesh as a whole, it kind of looks like it's life in water or something. Doesn't it? Yeah. But I mean, there's also like non-holographic physical craft that do stuff, like drones. And some of them like give off light. And they're like these, what are like more close by UFO type sightings. Well, that's actually, those are physical things. That's not a hologram. And yeah, I'm quite convinced that they are probably agency based. So there's an agency to basically pretend that there's aliens that they pull out for occasions like this. That's what I think is going on. I think that aliens is like an acted group. And they might use those like clone type creatures that might not live. They might never live. They might only dump them in a crash vehicle. So it's like a grown mutated body that's not even viable, right? They might live. They might live for a day or 3. They might not even live beyond an hour. Or they might simply only be grown and they never got any life. And they just dump them in ships to be found. All of that. But I'm pretty sure that there is an agency that basically just is dedicated to doing that. The theatrics concerning aliens and UFOs. And they're super, super, super top secret. Right? X-Files style. I mean, the X-Files should have actually, that series should have just continued. Where it's like, oh, aliens, oh, they're hiding aliens, right? You know, how that goes in that series. And then eventually it's like, oh, they're communicating with them. And like, oh, they're keeping it a secret. And they're like making sure that nobody finds out. And then they find out, wait, there aren't any aliens. No, they literally made it up. This agency actually made it all up from scratch. And they're pretending like they're aliens because they need that. Because people are believing in them, and that way they can apply super high technology without risking leaking the technology to the public. So they can basically just keep high-tech shit for themselves, create a third-party group that nobody knows about, and do shit with them that you normally can't do. And get away with it because nobody even knows what they are. And I think that that's what it is. I think that that's what the aliens are. I think it is an agency, a human agency, and they're doing that. Creating this illusion that there are extraterrestrial beings in a population with powerful technology, which they've developed themselves, and they don't want to give to the public because then the whole control structure breaks apart. But they will apply it to this shit and then kind of like play around with it and bring it out whenever you need a big distraction. certainly seems to be working. Like, oh yeah, people are catching on that we're completely, totally merciless, psychotic, anti-human, psychopathic killers, and that we literally promote the extinction of humanity, and we're like making things more dictatorial. What can we do to make them buckle for a bit so that they don't just like track every single thing we do as much, the public? Well, let's roll out an alien contact all of a sudden. We got the media. We'll just tell them to do it. They'll do whatever we say anyway, right? They're media puppets, so whatever story it is, whether it's a lie, whether it's true, they don't care. They just roll it out and they get paid. And now there's an alien distraction, and people are like, what? Is it finally time? Or is it finally gonna be declassified? Oh, we finally get in contact. While literally the government that's arranged that to happen in collaboration with the media is literally like closing all the doors, building the fence around the public for slaughter. That's what I think is happening. People fighting for the evil agenda, yeah, they do realize it, Richard G. They do. It's not like they don't realize it. They do realize it. Yeah, those people, SJW figures that go with Extinction Rebellion and Black Lives Matters and burn shit, yeah? They know they're evil, yeah? Just because the media fuck up weenies are like, oh no, so peaceful demonstrations, really, with burning building in the background, right? Like, they say that, oh, they're not evil, right? Oh, it's so peaceful. Yeah. Those people doing it, they know they're evil. They know they're with Satan. Yeah? Don't make a mistake about it. They know they're evil. Nobody's accidentally doing that shit, okay? You find out very quick what that is. It's just like, oh, we're just gonna kill people. Yeah, well, oh, I didn't know killing people was evil. Yeah, dude, when you kill people, you fucking know. You will feel it. God will go to you and like, this is what you are. Is that what you, like, are you gonna repent the rest of your life, or are you now evil? Yeah? People that do that, they know. They know. There is no mistake about it. They might pretend like they don't know. They might pretend to be good, right? But they know. They know they're evil. They know they're mind controlling. They know they're lying. They know they are luring people in with sympathy. But they know they're evil. Definitely. Because when you have that much destruction as a result of your actions, you can't avoid finding out that's evil. You will know. Right. Maybe a bit, yeah, it was a bit naive. But I mean, at first, right? At first, they'll think, they don't know it's evil. They think they're trying to do the right thing. Right? I mean, I went to some, like, protests and things. Like, I thought at first, like, SJW stuff wasn't evil. But then as you see what happens, you find out. And then it's a matter of up to you. Do you want to be part of this power? You want to drink from the power? Be free of God and have nobody stop you because you're with the power? Or are you with God? Are you going to stop this? Like, the more you do in such a group like that, the more it becomes inevitable for you to know that it is evil. And that you're doing it for selfish reasons and lust for power. And freedom from God. There's no avoiding it. You will find out. And if you don't find out, if somehow you can keep yourself completely oblivious and naive, guess what? The rest of them are gonna attack you for that. They will make you aware of it so that you consciously choose evil. Yeah? That's what actually happens. That's what they tried with me too. And I tried to just defend against it, stave it off, because I wanted to be where I was, even if it was a fucked up scenario, because I just didn't want to suddenly discontinue. But they would try to get you out of naivety that you're doing a good thing. They know, a lot of those people know, and even openly talk about evil. And that they know it's evil. And they know that their ideology of, destroy humanity to try to save the earth, that it's a lie. They know. They just don't stop, though. That doesn't matter anymore. It is evil, though. Right? Because all the superficial stories of how that's supposed to help, we shut down humanity and then nature can restore. Yeah, guess what? It doesn't actually happen. That's already proven. Yeah, areas that bewilder because there's no humans around have more issues. The nature has more issues there. It's more parasites, more wildfires. Yeah, humans take care of nature. It's you would have to for your own security. And yeah. And that's all just denied. The actual balance that happens between nature and mankind is completely denied by these climate change fanatics. They do not recognize that truth of that balance. They just want humans out of the picture. They hate it. And they'll do anything. They'll destroy everything to make that happen. Right? They'll literally destroy everything to get rid of the humans to save everything. Yeah, that's what they do. That's where they will go. And they already say that kind of shit. They know it's insane. And they're not changing it. They'll destroy everything to prevent man from destroying everything. I can't think of a more demon-possessed state of mind a person can have. Hello, Mateo. Yeah, that's right. They will try to mindfuck you into thinking that you are actually the evil one, so that you end up questioning yourself and thereby not stopping them. Right? It's just let's stall them by projecting our scenario on them. They actually have a soul, so they are wait, am I doing the right thing? And thus focus on themselves, and then the evil can move on and create more destruction. I mean, pure evil is great at gaslighting good. So you got to be very vigilant. You got to know, as being good, that it is you, that it is good, and that is not the default. That other people will lie in every way, and they will hardly even consciously know it, that they are lying. It will just take over their being. You have to know that. You have to know that people do that. Being good. Or they will gaslight you. They will try to play mental games and then suddenly flip the world inside out. Now you're the evil one, they're the good ones. That's what evil does. But they know they're evil. It's all relative to them. They know it and they don't care They know they're evil, they just like to think of it as being good. Yeah? That's what they do. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, knowing what isn't, but thinking of it as that anyway. Yeah. That's evil. That's delusion. I got a title addendum. Psychology of Evil. Tartarus. Oh, an angel. Yeah, that's the cage. That's like the hell cage. Borders boy. Tartarus. Right. That's where the spirits are kept that are like too destructive to be allowed freedom. They're in Tartarus. Although, I mean, in this age, you'd almost start to think that they actually got out of Tartarus. When you have the biggest evil that I can pretty much imagine is now mainstreaming. So you would almost think that were the true fallen angels actually released from Tartarus? That all this is happening the way it is? Or is there worse? I mean, I think that a lot of what's going on in the world with the New World Order and like the idea, is this the end of days? I still kind of hold to my original theory in this, and that is colloquial theory, that I don't think this is the end times. I think that this is like a real heavy attempt from powers that be to emulate it, to like lure God out, to force it to happen by basically fulfilling the dark side of the end times. But it's their choice to do that, and it might literally not be real. And I think that with that would come great exaggeration about things. And exaggeration seems to be like a really big tool in the mind control of this New World Order. A lot of things are bluff that they do. Yeah, a lot of things are like nightmarish stories of mind control and like, oh, you don't have control of your body. But that's bluff, dude. Like the Harari guy. Dude, like 90% of what comes rolling out of his mouth is complete delusional futurist sci-fi nonsense. Like absolute nonsense. Absolutely never possible nonsense comes rolling out of his mouth. And people are like, oh, they're gonna do it. It's a bluff, dude. It's a bluff. Yeah? They can barely even get close to that level of control. And they never will. I don't think they will. It doesn't work that way. Technology doesn't work that way. They're trying to emulate something that they literally can't do, not even close. Like, it might take another 1,000 years of refined technological development, or even like microchips might have to develop another 1,000 years, yeah, before you could even get to think about having that level of control. And they're just fantasizing. They just want it now. It's like, oh, I just want to fantasize like we are gods now, and oh, like fucking retarded, delusional bullshit. Like nothing like that is real. It's all horse shit. Yeah? And yeah, control policies, the siege, right? The siege on farmers, siege on food and power, the freaking war. Yeah, they're all burdening. They're all making it worse. And that they want us to eat bugs and all that. But I mean, it's not going to go further than that. Like, they're never going to go further than just doing medical experimentation and then a whole bunch of people die. It's never going to get beyond that. They're never actually, oh, we finally did it now where you can transform you into... No, it doesn't exist. It's all a bluff. You cannot escape the physical reality with the rules of physical reality and the spirit that God has set in creation. You can't escape it. You can't transform into something else. It doesn't work. It never worked and it never will work. The more you deviate from the original rules or the original blueprint, the more erroneous and stunted and mentally incapable whatever it is will become. And then it will cease to function and will just be displaced by the original designs and die. It can't work. It can't work. Wow. What a fucking retard. God's not real. You're a fucking retard. There's no other way reality can exist. God is real. I'm not saying what he is, what he looks like, where he is, or that somebody's ever seen or met him. But reality, and everything we learn about reality, and even physical substance and the nature of everything. Entropy, yeah, the discovery of entropy, yeah. Entropy cannot exist without a creator. There was no original designer creating everything, well, then entropy couldn't exist. Yeah? And entropy definitely exists. There is God. God is there. He has to be there. It doesn't matter if you've never seen him, if nobody's ever seen him. The fact is that thanks to knowing about entropy, there's only one logical conclusion, and that is God must exist. There is no other alternative. This is not about belief or about my God is better than your God. No, it's about it cannot exist. This, all of this, what we are, cannot exist without God having designed it. Why can't nature create itself? Because nature's created by God. Things can't design themselves. Things could redesign themselves, perhaps, but they can't design themselves from scratch. Yeah? God can. Yeah? Something cannot design itself or its offspring from scratch. It doesn't work that way. Nothing in nature does. There's a set blueprint. That blueprint is passed on. Altered, degraded, perhaps, or remaining as is, recombined, but it's the original blueprint, and that's always what it was, and it can never create itself. One blueprint, something can't create itself. I mean, this is ridiculous. What blueprint? The design blueprint. What people now in biology like to think of as DNA. That's their lead to what they think contains the actual design blueprint. And there's partially there's something to that. But it's just a part. Right? I mean, we're just on the surface with that shit. Like, just on the micro surface. Right? It has to be designed. It can't create itself. How you figure out that nature's created by God? Because all things, all matter, the physical matter existence is designed by God. Yeah? He designed the dirt. He designed chemistry. He designed how matter responds. He designed the setting for it all to manifest. He designed the infinitely complex system of life and each blueprint of that. Because there's different blueprints. Yeah, he designed it. Those things don't create themselves. There's no evidence that it can. There's no spontaneous genesis. That doesn't exist. There's no evidence. Yeah? I mean, people can't even create life from scratch. And it's been attempts. Okay, it doesn't work though. The best we can do is recombine what's there. That's where we've gotten thus far. And with a lot of messy end results that don't really help all that much. I mean, the overall conclusion is, yeah, more we mess around with the blueprints, the more you create mutation away from the original blueprint, which will result compounded over time and the generations into sterility and mental disability. And if when worse, shorter lifespan and then just completely unviable. That's what happens with extended mutation away from the original blueprint. And that's a fact. Yeah? In a system that works like that, nature can't design itself. Obviously. Yeah, Borders Boy. Now, this is why I like my show too. Claim to know God. Blah, blah. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about, the logical conclusion. We're not talking about people's convictions of what God is, or what he looks like, or what he wants, or I'm talking about the inevitable logical conclusion that there must be God because there's entropy. And because there is entropy, there could have only been a start in which the design was manifested, a moment of creation. There's no other possible way with entropy, the way it works, that we could have arrived to this point the way we did. Nothing could have. It only works and continues to work because there was originally a designer to make it like that. And we're still running ever since. We're still running the playbook. We're still running the blueprints ever since. Degraded somewhat here and there. It's definitely a lot of information lost, but it's still running the original blueprint, even though some of the finer arts might have been lost or raffled or don't work anymore. But it was originally one blueprint. And that's how it really works. We've seen it. Yeah, that's called a reification fallacy. That's bullshit. I'm talking conception. I'm not talking about a literal schematic that you can read with your eyes. What about species that change? There aren't any. There is no evolution. There's no species that change into other species. That doesn't happen. What does happen, however, is that within the blueprint, there is a dynamic range which allows for a species and its blueprint to adapt. So there is gradual alterations that can happen over generations based on the exposure of the elements in nature that you're dealing with. And so the same species can go to the north and then over generations develop more hair, become more hairy, because they need it with the cold. And that same group could move to the south, like at the tropics, and then over the generation, there's a good likelihood they either like don't want to be there anymore or they lose the hair. Yeah, and that's called adaptation. And that happens, but the adaptation is a range within the full blueprint. So there is like a central design ideal point, and then there is the dynamic, how much can they adapt in different directions before there's no more flexibility within the design to adapt to the situation, and the species falters in that condition. Yeah, so there is a limitation to how far you can adapt. If you go outside of that, then the species dies because they can't handle that level, right? It must be hot in Utrecht. Yeah, it's pretty hot. 23 degrees. Oh, we made different species of dogs, right? But the dogs, especially the little ones, that's also just a lot of lost genetic information. Those little dogs, you can't then take their genetics and then try to rebreed it without other dog genetics entering the game. You can't use what's left of those shriveled little dogs that we breed. Some people really like that. You can't breed them up into a giant big dog specimen again. Yeah? So breeding also can lead to loss of genetic information. The bigger you are, the more genetic information you have. Well, not in general. I'm not talking about a large human, a slightly smaller. I'm talking about when you're grown like little dogs. I mean, those shriveled little dogs are like little mutants. Yeah? When they've become like that, you can't breed it the other way around again. Doesn't work. Yeah? When you breed people to the level where they become shrunken, shriveled little dwarves or whatever, beyond dwarves, you can't then beef that up, the offspring of that, if it can even have offspring, into a normal, good human, like a fully developed, strong human. It doesn't work like that. Go fuck yourself. Why, I just can't even prove. Yeah. There is no evolution. Evolution is a myth. Yeah, things don't spontaneously become better because of mutation. It doesn't work that way. There's an original design. That's the ideal. That's what can do everything. That's where it is the most flexible, the most insightful, the most sharp, the most complete. And mutations are taking away. Mutations are always going to take away of the integrity of the original blueprint. And the more mutations you got, the less capable a species becomes. Yeah? It's never gonna develop some new organ or thing or ability, or it doesn't work that way. Mutations can add also? No. Not really. Yeah? A mutation might add something, or like it seems like it could be sort of an advantage in circumstances. Yeah, but that does come with a price of like, oh yeah, but that kind of also takes away half the lifespan, and that doesn't come back. And it might have mental issues, yeah. It might have procreation issues. Yeah, that's the point. Oh, they might have a mutation. That's cool. I have a third kidney or something. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, but what was the price for that? Yeah? You know what I mean? What's the price? What's gonna happen with your offspring? Right? Mutations might sort of add things, but at what cost? It's always going to be at cost of the integrity of the original blueprint. So it's never going to lead to a improved version of the species, unless you want to say, wow, this species, well, this example, this species right here got a mutation. Well, let's study them. Oh yeah, oh, they're so evolved. Like all of them only live half their lifespan, and most of them get killed because they're all retarded compared to the original. Wow, that mutation really evolved them, didn't it? Oh yes. Yeah, no. It detracted from their original blueprint. It didn't help them. Because mutation never does. There might be some perceived temporary advantage, but there's always going to be a massive price. And that's just how it works. Yeah, so, yeah, there's no mutation where suddenly, oh, I got a mutation. I live longer because of that. No. Never how it works. Never. Yeah. Evolution is based on this crazy notion of naturalism, which is disproven already, ontological primitive wise. But also on this idea like a mutation could lead to improvement. It doesn't. It doesn't. There's not going to be an improved version of the species with the mutation. It doesn't work like that. I wonder what mutation. Oh, I wonder what stupid ass, lame ass remark would drive people to say something like that. When the evidence is all over the place, in your face, all over the place for years on a daily basis, yet still a stupid ass retard remark like, I wonder what mutation makes humans believe the earth is flat, still comes out of a boomer fuckwit like you, Aries 106. Unbelievable. It's not smart, it's really fucking retarded. And it's projection. Yo, can I get a upvote? I got 2 registered. I've been doing a 2-hour show with at least 5 people that I know that are chat participating, and there's only 2 uprogans. I'm a little disappointed, guys. I'm a little disappointed. Like some more. Yeah, and share the show, dude. I mean, I'm gonna keep going. I don't understand why my views are so low anyway. Like, I used to have like 30, 40 watching, and now it's like it never goes past 50. What the fuck is going on here? Or is this the watching views just not reliable anymore? Yeah, don't talk like that. Evolution is fucking retarded. There's no evidence whatsoever. 0 evidence. It's a giant fraud. Fraud. Yeah, evolution fraud. Darwin, gigantic fraud. Scammer. Yeah. So deal with it. What's funny, the funny thing is he thinks that he's on the right side. He's just doing the stupid gaslighting bullshit attitude again. Right? He thinks like, oh, you just keep talking, flat earther. Oh, yes. So he's just insisting he's right. And he's retarded. Because evolution is a fraud. Darwin was a scammer. And a mentally deranged person too. Alright, anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you like my show, please support it. Unless you think it's not worth it. I mean, maybe throw some super chats over at Nathan. Who reads the super chats? Is that more important? Or you actually want to help me keep fed? I want to see a super chat today, guys. I want to see a super chat through the PayPal. I want to see a PayPal. How did Darwin's scam work? He claimed something that doesn't happen. And he swindled with bones and shit. Yeah? Claiming to find certain supposed pre-species and then having evidence that it's not in the right time and that you're just frauds. Darwin is provable fraud. He was caught trying to falsify evidence. Or like to create evidence for his theory that was like a knowing fraud. He knew he was frauding. Guy is a total scammer. Did my parents create me? No, they're just procreating. They don't create me. They procreate. Yeah? It's meaning you continue. Yeah, you pass on the blueprint. You didn't design the blueprint. You're just passing it on. God created that blueprint. You're just passing it on. Oh. Alright, so is anybody gonna help me out over PayPal? If I don't, then I'm not gonna do a show tomorrow, or the day after, or perhaps the entire week. I need a PayPal. I need it now, or it's over. I've done almost 2.5 hour shows. I've been doing good shows, big shows, every day. 1,626 episodes. I need support. I need it right now. Where the hell is Steamy Traveler, by the way? I haven't seen him in ages. What is he doing? Right, so yeah, let it be known, if I don't get a PayPal of like 20 euros at least before tomorrow 2 p.m, I'm not doing a show. I need support right now. Right, so anyway, you know now, if I don't get at least 20 euros in my PayPal before tomorrow with the show, I'm not gonna do a show. And that's final. And that's gonna stand. And that means the next day neither, and the day after that neither. And never. If I don't get fucking 20 euros in my PayPal, it's over! I'm done with it! Yeah? I'm gonna get a fucking job out there and I'm gonna leave all this shit behind forever. You'll probably never even hear my voice on the internet anymore. Okay? So be warned. This could be the very last early bird show. It was a good one though. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then, well, you better PayPal me, right? Because otherwise there's not going to be a show anymore. Okay? Yeah. And also, yeah, Rogan's it up, if you like. Doesn't really matter that much. It's just the spirit of it. It's just the thought, you know, I'm doing this. Would be cool. Oops. The wrong button. What the hell was that? Right. But yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. And if not, there's not going to be a show anymore. Because then I'm done. And I'm not going to fucking come back. And you're not going to find me doing it on some other time or some other show either. Bye-bye then. Alright? So I hope you enjoyed it all. Because if I don't get support before tomorrow, I'm done. So, we'll see what happens. Right. So, until maybe the next Flat Earth Early Bird show, maybe I'll see you again. It all depends. Am I gonna get some support? Keep it flat.